Yeah, buddy, it's 4 o'clock. Well, it's close to 4 o'clock at least. It's almost about that time them DJs gonna roll in here. You're listening to 96.1 Styling on a Friday. And people, I can't stop laughing because right before that song ended, we're still baffled by this bitch with the ice cream, okay? Because Jimmy's like, you put that much butter on there, you'd think you would you would season the whole grill, right?
Yeah.
So if you didn't catch it in the last segment, this nutty chick, she people with flat irons aren't very smart sometimes, okay? And smash burgers are the everything. Smash burger, like, dude, fucking whatever, right? I got a barbecue fucking pit. I make good fucking burgers.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not super thick and they're not fucking smash burgers, How many smash burgers you want on your burger? Like 8 to make a real burger?
Right.
And them motherfuckers get happy when they're smashing them, man. Like, But this nutty bitch takes 3 tubs of ice cream and put on a flat iron to make this breakfast French toast thing. I watched the video. I didn't finish it. Jimmy's like, look, man, you had to finish the video because she burnt all the bottom of the fucking bread. Right?
Yeah.
And we went from there to somehow talking about
it's on YouTube.
Oh, I bet
Ice cream French toast.
Yeah, there it is. There it is, right there. Yeah. So we got talking. Somehow we were still talking about it, but we got off the subject and was talking about this alcoholic candy my ex-wife got me one time.
Oh God,
for fun.
yeah.
Dude, I was so drunk, and when I say I ate a couple pieces, I ate like 5. Okay. I stood up and I tripped over the ottoman and I hit the ground and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Am I intoxicated? I've been drinking Mountain Dew. Like fucking I went to stand up and I fell over again.
Oh, I bet.
And then I started freaking out. Because is there something wrong with my body?
Right.
And I look over and she's got a big mouthful of candy and she's like, what? And I go, I think I'm drunk. And she stood up and she fell fucking over next to me. And she started laughing and she goes, where the fuck is the box? Okay. So she's drunk, I'm drunk, we find the box and it's fucking alcoholic candy.
I think we fucked up.
Yeah. And we just laid on the floor laughing our ass off. And I didn't think you could mix chocolate with alcohol, but I mean, chocolate has alcohol in it, but not like that,
Right.
So yeah, it was funny because I was like, I don't think I can stand up. She just put her head on my shoulder and she goes, well, at least we can see the TV.
No shit.
Yeah, until Chopper's coming to ruin my old pug, and he's like, oh, you're on my level, it's time to play. I'm like, I'm too drunk for this, man. Like
you're on the ground, attack.
Yeah, let's play. And I'm like, this ain't a playing moment. This is...
Leave me alone.
I almost gave him one. Calm his ass down. I didn't give it to him, okay, people, but there'd be somebody on the internet, Izzy D gave his dog fucking alcoholic candy. That's the reason why he died. No, he died of old age.
You're all laying on the floor. You look over, the dog's laying upside down next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look like the dead cockroach, man. I fucking... Man, I laid there for about 2 hours, people. I was like, I'm drunk. Like, I'm not getting up. I think we actually end up getting up and going to bed. Like, fucking... And then, then the best part is, like, a week later, we find the box. And she's like, do you want some? And I'm like, do you want some? And she's like, let's pick one and split it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we don't know. I already know what 5 of these motherfuckers did to me. So. And then she went back to work. Well, apparently, she worked at that fucking crooked-ass law firm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently you had to put in your order months in advance for this, and it's so good. Well, they're a bunch of fucking alcoholics.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. You bring this shit in my house, and now I'm fucking drunk. And I'm not saying it wasn't good, people. It was fucking excellent. It was fucking. I was like, damn, this candy's good. Then I remember after the 5th one, I'm like, I handed her the box. I was like, yeah, I got to quit eating this or I'll eat the whole fucking box. Thank God I didn't. I've been throwing up in the bathroom.
No shit.
But people, I'm not joking. I stood up. It was like, if you've ever drinking Long Island iced tea and it just goes down so smooth and you get off the bar stool and you hit the ground, that's what happened to me.
Right.
And I was like, oh, no, something's wrong with me. You know, and I was starting to freak out because I was like, am I having a stroke?
I think I was 15. My dad had brought home some aged homemade Dago red wine.
Okay.
And this shit was potent. And me and my buddy decided we were going to have a glass of it. Middle of the day, no school. And we filled up like a tea glass full of it. And we both sat there and drank it in front of the TV. I was like, man, we need to go do something. I jumped up out of my fucking chair and I face planted. It was like everything tried to work for a second. And then it realized, oh, you fucked up. It was like I went all the way up, then all the way back to the ground.
Oh, really?
It was like, what the fuck just happened? Well, I'm on the ground. And my buddy's laughing his ass off. He jumps up and just collapses. He's like, what the fuck's wrong with us? You think this was bad wine? So I was like 15. He was like 13. I said, I don't know. I think we're just fucked up.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, that's like the worst when you get drunk and you don't know
Yeah.
And
that's how we were.
Well, I mean, a lot of people know the story about me tripping on LSD and going to jail and punching Barney at the mall. I mean, every time I've ever been on some kind of drug like that, it's happened 3 times. A motherfucker was making mushroom Swiss burgers and he didn't tell me there were shrooms. Fucking Mike Brimberry, I grabbed the wrong Mountain Dew and he had just dropped that in there to drink it on senior skit day. That's the one where I got punched Barney. Well, first off, this motherfucker touched me and wanted me to sing the song, and I punched him and his whole head spun around, dude. And of course I got arrested for that. My dad was fucking pissed. And I'm tripping balls on the way home from the police station. He goes, I never thought this word would come out of my gangster ass dad's mouth. Why would you punch an animatic fucking character or something? And I couldn't stop laughing. He ended up pulling the car over and he goes, I'm going to whip your ass. What is so funny? And I was like, you should have seen his head spun around. And then he started laughing. And he goes, I'm taking you home now. By the way, people, I didn't live at home. I had my own house. But I was under 18, so they had to call the parents.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty funny.
Of course, my dad answers the phone. Thank God it was my dad, not my mom.
I was gonna say,
my
your
mom
fucking chewed your ass.
Yeah. Oh man, my mom. You heard about my leg being broke. It got broke twice. It's like, fuck me, man. I mean, if I had to do it over again, I probably would have called my grandparents. But my grandparents are preachers, and I'd rather fucking... I remember my grandparents' cabin got broke into, and they caught the guy.
Oh, shit.
And they brought him back. And the sheriff was like, well, we've got him in the car. Do you want to press charges? And he goes, no, let me talk to him. My grandma goes, I think I'd rather went to jail.
Yeah. No shit.
He chewed... My grandpa was a preacher, people, but he'd chew your ass out like fucking... Then he'd pray to God for you. It's like...
I lived in this house when I first got married. Had this big old front porch on it.
Yeah, did you have blankets over the window?
No. And we sat on the porch, me and my ex-wife. Well, the neighbor kid down behind us, he was 15.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was fucking this little gal that was living at her uncle's house.
Yeah.
In front of us.
Okay.
And at night, he would sneak over there and sneak in her bedroom window.
Uh-huh.
He'd walk through my yard. He'd come up through my driveway, and he'd flash a flashlight at her window, and then she'd flash her light off and on. And then he could go over there and go in and get him some ass.
Okay. I'm following you.
Her uncle was a big motherfucker. I mean, this guy kind of looked like a cross between Grizzly Adams and his bear. You know? So he comes over one night. We're sitting here. We've seen him do it 2 or 3 times. And he comes over and he's like, hee. I'm getting over there. Okay. So he's heading over there to that window, and we get a full view of that backyard. They flash, and he heads over to that window. He gets about 5 foot from that fucking window. And big old Chris Campbell, the fucking uncle, sticks his head out that window, and he goes, "You better run, boy." This fucking kid was gone. I mean, he was fucking gone. We're fucking dying laughing.
Yeah, the shit that you see from porches.
Here comes Chris walking down the street. He didn't walk out of the house, but she's walked out of the house. And as soon as we saw Chris on the street, we both just started laughing. He goes, "Did you get a good show?" And he's laughing. I said, "Oh, dude, that was fucking funny." He goes, "I'm going to go over and give him shit now." I was like, "Hold on, I'm going to." He went over to the house and he knocked on the fucking door. The kid's dad wasn't home, but his stepmom was. And he's like, "Let me talk to Derek." Over here, "I'm not home."
I bet not.
She goes, "Get out of here. I'm not dealing with this." He comes walking out, and he didn't want to come to the door. He's standing like 6, 8 feet from the door. And he's like, "Yeah, what do you need?" Chris is like, "Get your ass out here, boy." And Chris, I ain't gonna lie, Chris was a big guy. And he gets out there, and he comes walking out. He's like, "I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry, Chris." He goes, "We were all young ones." He goes, "And we all did stupid shit." And he'd look at me every time he said it. I'm like, "Fuck you, Chris." You know?
Yeah. Why drag me into it?
Yeah. He's like, "But I can't let it go on." He's like, "You're going to have to be more sneaky.
You
You're
have
not
to be
have to
more
come over there."
sneaky.
That's what he said.
You have to get your game up.
He said that, and I started fucking laughing. And he turns and looks at me, and he's kind of grinning when he looks at me. You know, he's trying not to laugh too. And he fucking finally, he's like, "Just don't let me catch you doing that again." He didn't say not to do it. He never did say not to do it. He just said, "Don't let me catch you." He walks away, and he walks around the house and takes off. And Derek ain't saying shit to me. He's just sitting there staring at me like, "What the fuck?" So about a minute and a half goes by, and he's like, "Dude, I about pissed myself." I said, "You lying motherfucker, you pissed all the way across that fucking backyard, but you went running back to my house." He goes, "Shut up."
That's
He
funny.
goes, "I didn't think he was going to come to the house." I said, "Oh, he was laughing when he came by my house." "That motherfucker was laughing?" I said, "Yeah." "He was joking?" I said, "Yeah, he was just fucking with you." He's like, "That son of a bitch." It was the funniest fucking thing. That big motherfucker stuck his head out that window, and he's like, "You better run, boy." That kid was fucking gone.
That's some funny shit.
Derek was a little guy. He was like, "Fuck you."
Be like, "I'm out."
Oh, fuck. Of course, then there was the night here in town that the chief of police comes by my house one night, and he's like, you know, police car got shot last night." "What?" "Police car got shot last night." I said, "With what?" He goes, "With a gun." "Oh, bullshit." He's "Here, look, I'll show you." And there's this ricochet mark off the fucking passenger side front fender of the car, and it's got the wrap kind of peeled back. He's like, "It hit there, and and it cracked the window at the police station. And I'm like, well, what kind of little gun ain't even gonna go through a fucking fender? I don't know, probably a 22 or something. And I'm like, he's like, I was sitting talking to this guy in the police car in front of the police station, and somebody shot the police car. And I'm like, okay, this sounds fishy, you know. Well, as he pulls in my driveway, Derek is pinning down his big weed plant in his dad's garden. The cop pulls in the driveway. I start talking to the cop. I turn around and look, and Derek's gone. He's just disappeared. So the cop fucking tells me this little story about getting shot at, and he leaves. I turn around. I'm not going to walk over to Derek's house to see if he knows anything about this.
Mm-hmm.
I get halfway across the fucking yard. That motherfucker pops up out of the garden. All he did was hit the ground. He didn't leave. He just fucking hid in the garden.
That's funny.
And I said, did you hear anything about somebody shooting the police car? And he's like, it was a fucking rock, Jim. I said, what? He goes, well, you know the guy in the wheelchair? I said, yeah. He hangs around with this hairy dude. I said, yeah, Hairball on wheels. He goes, yeah. He said, well, Hairball was at the fucking bar, and he was throwing a bunch of money around. He said, well, Pee-wee and I decided that we're going to fuck with him.
These are all some interesting names, by the way.
You don't even know. And he's like, Pee-wee decided he was going to fuck with him. Well, he bought a 12-pack of beer to go at the bar because he was going to go home. Well, he heads for the door with his bag of beer, and they're all single cans that are on like a thing, you know, because they're from the bar. Pee-wee smacks the bag, and all the cans fall out. And he grabs some of the cans. Guy gets mad, walks out the door. About 5 minutes later, he comes back in. Goes up to get him another 12-pack of beer. So he gets another 12-pack of beer, and he's heading out the fucking door. Well, Pee-wee grabs the whole bag of beer and bails out the door with it. So Derek goes and finds him, and he's over by the bar, and they see Vince, the chief at the time, come pulling up, and Hairball gets in the car with him. You're like, that motherfucker's telling on us, you know? So they're hiding behind the bushes in front of the police station, right next to the police car. They decided they were going to throw a rock at the police car. Pee-wee throws a rock at the police car, it bounces off the front fender, and cracks the window at the police station.
Oh, no shit.
So they're on the run, running all over town because Vince saw somebody, but he didn't know who it was. He tried to chase them around for like an hour because they were just on foot. Neither one of them had a car at the time. They're both drunk. He never did catch them. So Derek's telling me this story the next day, and I'm dying laughing because Vince was like, did you see anybody out? Because I was burning old tree stumps out. I had 4 trees that I had taken down, and I was going out there at night and illegally pouring oil in the drill holes of the stumps so I could burn them. That's why I was doing it after dark. Well, the cop would stop and talk to me. Well, he pulls up that night, and he's like, did you see anybody come down here on a red dirt bike? What kind of red dirt bike? He goes, you know, like a red motorcycle dirt bike. I said, at midnight? Yeah. I said, no. I said, I heard that or seen it. He's like, well, I was chasing somebody around, and then there was a red dirt bike running around town. And he goes, I know Pee-wee's got a red dirt bike. And I was like, well, yeah, but so does Doug, and so does Bobby. Oh, yeah. I said, they're Hondas. He's like, oh, yeah. Well, it's whoever shot the police car. And I'm like, oh, my God, here we go.
Back to this shit.
Yeah. I said, all 3 of them bikes are 2-strokes. They ain't going to be out ripping around town at midnight on a fucking 2-stroke. He's like, yes, they were. Okay, whatever, dude. Well, it was Pee-wee, and he was ripping around town on it. He'd come past my house running about fucking 60 or 70. Head out of town.
That's fine.
No, this town has the worst fucking nicknames. There's Pee-wee, there's Frog, there's Pickle, there's Bulger. Oh, fuck. Scratch. Bobby's Bobby Bear. I mean, there's more nicknames in this town than there's real names, I think. It's crazy. I've never seen so many nicknames in a fucking town. I still don't know why they call him Pickle.
That could be a long story.
I know, right?
That could be a very long story.
I mean, we heard the story of Taco, so, you know.
Taco is because, well, Tacos is pretty simple. If you listeners don't know, I mean, he had mono, he got sick, and he had his tonsils taken out.
Yep.
And, well, no, he got his tonsils taken out, then he got mono.
Yeah.
And he wasn't around to be around people. And then, it's vice versa, one way or another, right?
Yeah, he got one first, then they got the other, yeah.
Yeah, and then he could eat hard food now. His mom was like, and you guys got to understand, Taco, his family didn't have a ton of money, right?
Right.
So his mom was a fucking really good woman. And she was like, you know, Steven, what would you like, you know, that you can eat hard food? And he goes, I want a 12-pack of tacos all to myself. So he met up with some of his friends, and he had these 12-pack of tacos, and he had one left, and he refused to give it to his friends, so they called him Taco. And I never knew Taco's name until this year. I've known him for 30 fucking years, if not more. Well, more than 30 years, actually, you know. I never knew his name was Steven. I can never say his last name right. It's Taylor.
Yeah.
Did I get it right that time?
Yeah.
Or,
I was like, Pickle, I know his real name. Frog, I know his real name. Scratch, he was my neighbor for 10 fucking years. And I still can't tell you what his real name was.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people, they know me by Izzy, but then as I got older in business, I started saying my real name, Isaac. And
yeah,
it's just when I was younger, a lot of people, for some weird reason, I mean, I'd be called Derek a lot for some reason. But, like,
really?
nobody... I really hate it when somebody doesn't pronounce my name right.
Oh, I know.
You know, it's Isaac, okay? But, like, it's a biblical name, you know? Isaiah and shit like that. It just pisses me off, right?
Right.
And then, somebody started calling me Izzy one day.
Right.
And it just stuck. And then the announcer when we play soccer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like middle school and high school, he could never say my name right. You know? And he'd say number 11, you know, Isaac or some fucking weird shit. Well, then one day, I remember I was in high school because I was a sophomore, and they changed my jersey. It was always number 11, but they changed it to Izzy. And I don't know, it just stuck. So later on in life in business, I went by my real name, you know?
Right.
And then it got to the point where if somebody called me Izzy, then it would be somebody from back in the day.
Right.
And then I don't know, several years ago, I just started going by Izzy again, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like everybody knows me as Izzy D, you know, or, you know, it's just...
Well, out here in this town, everybody called me Jimmy.
Yeah.
You know, they never called me Jim. Very few people called me Jim. Everybody called me Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I didn't care, but, you know.
Yeah. Well, and that's funny because, like, Leslie knows you as Jimmy.
Yeah.
And we started calling you Slim Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went to the primate because that whole fucking people ain't got time today for that story. If you don't know the story, you're not a true listener.
No.
Now you're just a general primate.
Well, you know, my dad went by Bob.
Yeah.
But his name wasn't Robert.
Yeah.
And he had a fucked up name. And I asked him, I said, how did you ever get Bob from your name? He goes, I didn't. I said, well, then how'd you get Bob? He said, well, Marcy, my little sister, couldn't pronounce my name, so she called me Bub. And he said, Bub turned into Bob.
Huh.
And he said, I hated my real name.
Well, it's like my dad's name was Charles Edward, but he but he went by Eddie.
My dad's real name was Clarence Leslie.
But he went by Bob.
Yeah, I don't really blame him.
yeah. I mean, you know, kind of got stuck with that, you know, but
yeah.
Yeah, them DJs are here. It's about that time, people.
Yep.
So I hope you guys have a good weekend. So to recap, if you want to know where the hell we will be this weekend, we will be at Sonic tonight in Kirkwood.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's where we'll be, at Sonic. Tomorrow, we will be at the Route 66 show in Glen Carbon, Illinois, down by the covered bridge.
Right.
That will be in the afternoon, or morning and afternoon. Then that night, we will be at Hooters on South County, on South Lindbergh.
Yeah.
You can come kick it with theirs. Sunday. I guess we will be at Lemay Ferry at the VFW 4223 post. They have free chili and hot dogs. I don't think I'm going to mass it. You know, dude, the VFW can make some fucking chili, okay? So, you know, $20 entry, get all the free chili and hot dogs you want. Fuck, I'm there, man.
You can't fuck up a hot dog, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get fucked in a trophy, so, I mean, fuck, might as well get fed. Might as well get my $20 worth, you know?
You're going to get beat by a stock Dodge.
Yeah. You know that stock Dodge, we saw that motherfucker in Edwardsville, and they trailered it.
Really?
I can't make it up. I couldn't get my phone out fast enough to get a picture of it. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, I drove my shit all 3 hours one way to Southern Illinois Truck Showdown. And these motherfuckers with a stock-ass truck at Redbud, Illinois, took it to Edwardsville on a trailer.
It's like a stock 90s Dodge Ram. It ain't even, like, old.
There's nothing done to it. It looks like it should be on a used car lot.
Yeah, it's just a clean truck. I don't know. I don't get it.
It's clean because they don't drive it. They trailer it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that ain't no shit.
It's a show truck. No, fuck no, it ain't a show truck.
Well, these people up here go buy a brand new fucking car and then take it to a show.
Oh, yeah.
It's like there's nothing done to it. Mm-hmm. No, but it's clean. There's nothing done to it.
Well, when they judge on cleanliness and workmanship, they forgot the workmanship, you know?
Yeah. The only thing done to it is they pulled the window sticker off the son of a bitch, you know?
Yeah. Hell, I've seen them at car shows with window stickers. Ain't no shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, but on that note, guys, we're going to bounce out of here. You guys have a good weekend. You keep it styling. Make sure to hang out after the DJs for the Paul Walker tribute Fast Fridays, and then them notorious DJs from Bounce House will be in here. So you guys have a good weekend, and see ya.
See ya.